Hi, this is Lara from Forex Info USA with your free daily US dollar index Elliott wave analysis for the New York trading session dated 25th of March. I am doing this now 5 hours and 3/4 after New York has closed trading on the 25th. Starting this analysis as always with a quick look at an historical chart. This one's just going to go back 3 years. We had a 3-wave down movement. For a B wave at cycle degree, C follows B, and C is always a 5-wave movement. So we're looking at the early stages of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up for a C wave. I have a mid-ish term target on the upside for the third portion of this wave C, wave 3 at primary degree, will reach 1.618, the length of this wave 1, when the dollar is up to 104.58. Wave 1 was 18.79 from its height here to its low here, and a 1.618 relationship between waves 1 and 3 is fairly common. So within this third wave up at primary degree, we're still working on an intermediate first wave. There will be 5 waves will make up that third wave up. Of this intermediate third wave, we've got minor 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 complete, and we're working on round about halfway nearly up of wave 5 blue. I have an upwards target for the shorter term for that wave 5 blue to end around about 84.22, and that's where the wave 5 blue will have price equality in length with wave 1 blue, so that's a fairly likely upwards target. Taking you now to daily chart where we're looking at recent dollar rises. This is just for the last 6 months, so these blue labels are what we were just looking at on the last chart. Here's our blue 1, 2, 3, 4, and recent, very recent dollar rises up. I'm labeling blue wave 5. We have 3 reference points now at least, so we can use Elliott's channeling technique. Do this by drawing a trend line from the high labelled 1 to the high labelled 3, create a parallel copy and place it on the low labelled 2. This creates a parallel channel that should pretty much contain price movement as the dollar moves up and will give us an indication of when wave 5 is over. When wave 5 is over, we can expect it to get pretty close to this upper trend line. In this instance, we also have a little throwover in the 4th wave position. That heralds the possibility of also a throwover in the 5th wave position, so we'll be alert for that when we get there. Sometimes, and yesterday I drew this slightly differently, sometimes I am a little more conservative and I place the copy of the trend line on a more outward position, widening the trend channel. I do this because I like to use these trend channels that Elliott's developed for us as an idea to place stops. If I was trading to the upside, I may move this trend channel down to give us a little bit more room, and it may be an idea to place a stop on this lower trend channel, maybe also just a little 10 or 15 pips below to be very conservative, allowing for a little throwovers here and there, which we can have here and there. So that's another use for these trend channels. Taking you now to an hourly chart where we're going to have a good look at this recent structure here, these recent rises, where this blue 4 is this blue 4 down here. Here's the most recent dollar rises. I've changed the labeling here a little from yesterday. I did have wave 1 pink ending here with the truncated 5th. I did that because the ratios within the waves, the green waves, as that was labelled with the ending here, were pretty good Elliott wave ratios. And as we got to this point, I'd predicted this fall and rise fairly accurately. And so I really wanted to hold to that labelling. However, I'm going to get over myself today, and I do think that this labelling really does have a better overall look, so we'll go with this. It's reasonably academic at the moment, but it has a better look, so that's what we'll go with. So the ratios now within this wave 1 pink, reasonably adequate Elliott wave ratios. Wave 3 is pretty close to twice the length of wave 1, but waves 1 and 5 really don't have a very good Elliott wave ratio at all. When it was over here, they had a much better relationship. However, the ratios within wave 3 pink between this 1 green, 3 green, and 5 green are reasonably good Elliott wave ratios. Wave 3 is just 0.03 greater than 3 times the length of wave 1, and waves 1 and 5 are just 0.14 different in length, which isn't that great, but that's reasonably adequate. So I'm fairly happy with this labelling. The ratios could be better, but that's okay. So either way, it looks like we may very well have an end to wave 3 pink here. It is slightly longer than wave 1 at 1.69 in length, and wave 1 was only 1.53. So we may be looking at a correction on the way down for a wave 4 pink, and a very likely turning point on the downside for that may be around about 81.61, which was the low here labelled 4 green. That's a really common turning point for these corrections. Price should not get down this far to 81.04. That's our invalidation point now for this wave count. Thereafter, when a fourth wave correction, which may also be, could possibly be a triangle, could be a time-consuming sideways movement, that's entirely possible. Whenever it's over, we'll expect another strong series of dollar rises that should be around about 1.53 in length, maybe longer. We may possibly look at a fifth wave extension. It depends where wave 4 ends up, and that should take the dollar up to that target about 84.22. If you would like technical analysis from a pure Elliott wave perspective to help you in your trading of the euro dollar and or the pound dollar, you will find it on my site. Check it out, big fat green subscribe button that you see here. Prices are going to be reducing tomorrow, so if you've been thinking of signing up, hold off for a day and take advantage of those new lower prices this weekend. They'll be reducing and they'll be staying down. That's all for me today with your US dollar index Elliott wave analysis. I hope this is useful in your trading. I hope you're having an awesome day, and as always, may all your trades be profitable.